Thought I would just make a little short video here. This is on the paint for the Trikeabout. I'm trying to, make it look REO-y, but I want the colors to kind of flow well. I want the yellow to make the green pop and the green make the yellow pop, or the cream, or whatever you want to call the color. Anyway, I got a quart. Yeah, that's what I spent at the paint store. Yeah, this stuff is not cheap. This is the most I've spent for anything on this project. The paint, that green I bought, was probably about $40 or $50 a quart though. But I had the reducer. This reducer will probably mix several gallons of paint, so I don't go through a lot of it. And I got the fast because that's what I like to use when I'm just painting small things or small areas. If I was painting a whole car, I'd get the slow dry, or if it was really hot out, I would get the slow dry. But for the painting I'm doing, the fast dry is what I'm going to use. And let's take a look at this. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I think that's going to look good. Yeah, I think that color is going to go well together. I took it out in the sun with the paint chip, and it looked absolutely amazing. The sun, it looks totally different. Let me put some paint on something, and we'll take it, or I can just leave it on the lid there, I suppose. I'm going to wipe that off the paper towels. I'm going to poke some holes so I don't get my can lid sealed on. I just take my owl thing here and just poke little holes just randomly around there, and that allows the paint not to sit in that lip, and you can tap this back on and not have it adhere on from the paint. But I'm going to take my little touch-up brush, I'm going to slap some paint on something, and we're going to see how it looks when it's dry compared to the green. Yeah, that's going to be a nice contrast. That will be the color of the frame. I just slapped it on there with a brush. But the green and the cream go well together. I'll take it outside and set it on the table. It's not sunny out, but you can see what you think. There we go. Yeah, that's going to look amazing. I'm totally happy with that for color. It kind of looks like the cream REO used, and it goes very nicely with that green. Very happy. With the cost of the paint, that's going to be my biggest expense on this trike, is the cost of the paint. Absolutely. That I'll have $200 in the paint just in the trike, if I include the green from the engine. I rebuilt the engine a year ago now. I did it before I had my surgery. I had my surgery last March 15th. I had, for my new viewers, I had prostate cancer, a real aggressive form of prostate cancer, and they had to remove my prostate, and I had the surgery last year, March 15th, so I'm coming up on my year anniversary, and I'm really doing good now. I can't complain. My PSA numbers have leveled out, so hopefully they stay there. I got an appointment with the doctor towards the end of the month, and with the urologist, so they'll see what my PSA is, and then decide whether I'm going to need to have radiation treatments or not. Hopefully not. I'm hoping not, but you never know if the number goes up. And if I do, well, we'll do it and get that part in the past and move on. So anyway, back to the paint. Yeah, that's my biggest expense, and I wanted it to look nice. I have 3 of these paint books. I have them from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Actually, I have them up from the 1950s to 1989. That's about the newest I have. These are bumper. This is from the paint store I go to. But yeah, this is a pretty neat book. So I can go through here and pick out, paint chips, because it's easier for them if I took in like a paint number from a car. That would have been easier than taking a Pantone chip in, which I took. I have Pantone book things too. So yeah, it's kind of nice having these paint books, and they cover everything, and I mean everything. I mean, here's the numbers for Caterpillar, March 1980. Caterpillar tractor yellow, and you can give them these numbers and they can look up and make you whatever you want, a quart, 2 quarts, 3 quarts, or a gallon of paint, which is, you know, it saves, you know, trying to eye match or use a Pantone or something. It's just kind of nice. Here's another perfect example. Republican Airlines ground equipment. You know, I mean, we got more colors for that kind of stuff. Snowmobile colors. How many people restore these antique snowmobiles? If you watch Junkyard Digs, you just see they did a antique snowmobile ride thing, just having fun with them in Wisconsin. And if somebody wanted to restore them and they need the color paint codes, you get, like, if you had a Evinrude snowmobile and you need the semi-gloss white for the fiberglass shrouds, that's the Ditzler paint code. You give that to the guy at the paint store. You can look up the formula real quick and easy, mix it up for you. Yeah, these are a lot of snowmobiles here. Airplanes, snowmobiles, trucks, tractors, heavy equipment. Spatter finishes. As you remember, I spatter finished the trunk of the Ford Galaxy. So these kind of give you the, this is what the Ford used in 66-7. It was a gray, red, fleck, turquoise, and that's the code if you had it mixed at the store. I could have got that mixed right at the paint store. So, you know, it's all engine enamels, General Motors, 66 prior. You know, this is what they called the colors, and this is the Ditzler code. If you know, they have all the Chevrolet and Oldsmobile, and they have Ford, all the different blues and blacks and bronze and all the colors they used over the years on their engines. More Ford. More Ford Chrysler. Willis. Yeah, so really, that, and there's even vinyl top, you know, when cars had vinyl tops were common. There's even swatches of vinyl in here for the vinyl tops. It's kind of a neat book, and it tells you all about their different products and whatnot that they carry. Just a lot of good stuff in here, no doubt about it. Yeah, I've used quite a bit of that stuff, and this stuff, that's good paint. I used a fair amount of that too. Interior colors here are just paint chips, but the actual vinyl roof colors are actually vinyl samples. You can see the grain, maybe you can see it, but those are actually little pieces of vinyl top to give you the color, you know. So if you want to probably get some paint or vinyl or whatever, you know what to use. Anyway, I just thought I'd show this a little bit. Like I say, I have 2 other books, and this is the one I just happened to grab to go through. The creams were more common in that era than in the earlier eras. So I want to show you what the Pantone, when I talk about Pantone, what I mean with these Pantone books. So you kind of have these paint chips, okay? See how they're all different? I mean, they're like, they just change in shades as you go through. Get the camera a little bit more on it. And then you find like the number Pantone you like, you know, they'll have numbers here and stuff, and right there. And then you can come over to a number on the Pantone over here, for example. And then you can peel those out. See how some of them peeled out? And you can take them to your paint store or whatever and have them mixed to match. But these are all, so this whole row is the same, this whole row is the same, this whole row is the same. So you can peel them out to take them and have them mixed to match. So this is all just Pantone colors, and as you can see, they just gradually change tones as you go through the book, so you get a lot more variety of color when you're looking for a specific color with this than you do with for say a paint code book like I just showed you. So anyway, yeah, so that's where you can get the chip out, peel a chip out to, you know, get your color that you want to paint. But before you go and, you know, through all these and peel one out, you go through, I'm just kind of putting these back over where they belong so nothing happens to them. You go through your gadgetry like this and find exactly what you want. So they're nice to have, nice thing to have around if you do a lot of painting. And I do a lot of painting. When I paint things, I like to use acrylic enamels, and like this is a perfect example. Okay, if I spray can painted, you know, rattle can job this, rattle can job that, it would look nice, no doubt about it. But I'm gonna be building a you know, $200 or $300 tricycle project. You know, that's what it's going to be worth when I'm done. And with the acrylic enamels and really, you know, doing the body work, you know, making sure the welds don't show and really doing it up nice, I'm going to turn that into a $2,500. Like when I'm done with this, my asking price is going to be $2,500 if I sell it. I'm not going to sell it right away, but I will eventually sell it. Like the Rutman mini bike I did that with automotive enamels, and I was asking $1,200 and I got what I wanted for it. You know, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, but somebody will come along and eventually just have to have it, and they'll have more money than sense and they'll buy it. And so that's just the way I do. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right and go all the way and put an automotive finish on it, because first off, I like spraying the automotive finishes and they look nice and you can get a super glossy finish and they last. They're durable, acrylic enamel. Now online I could have bought that REO cream in a base clear. Why would I paint something like this with a base clear? That clear's, you know, can you imagine what that clear will look like on the seat after a few rides, you know, or if it gets a scuff or something, it's going to look like heck. With acrylic enamel, you just take a little car wax and rub it a little bit and it's as good as new. And yeah, that seat will probably be slippery when it's all wax, but that's the way it's going to be. And I'm not going to upholster it. I'm not going to change it. I'm keeping the original tricycle seat, original tricycle handlebars. I want to keep all original tricycle stuff I can. That's some of the tricycle there, and the other pieces of the tricycle I didn't use are right here. So I didn't use those and I didn't use those. Everything else on the tricycle is still there, other than the tire, the wheels, and these two front wheel bearings. So I think I did a pretty good job of salvaging the tricycle. And the REO lawnmower, obviously just part of this cover and this bit here in the engine, but you know, I'm giving it that REO lawnmower look that I want. So anyway, there we go. I just wanted to do a little video, hopefully it's not too long, of what I'm doing to getting, I wanted to show you the paint color for the REO, mostly the frame color, and I'm gonna try, I didn't work on it any over the weekend, nothing, and I'm gonna try and maybe tomorrow, I want to finish up some things on this. It's coming up on its 45th anniversary of me purchasing it, so I'm going to do a video on that. And part of that video I'm going to start making today. So this probably won't get any attention until tomorrow or the next day, and plus they're predicting snow and rain and crummy weather, and I want to take it outside to do all the grinding so I don't get all that grinding dust in the garage. It just makes a mess. So I can just get it all stripped down to the bare bones. I can bead blast the rim pieces, you know, I can bead blast this and this. But the welds, there's no getting around. I have to grind them. And those are what I'm going to use. And they make a mess. So that's why I'm just waiting. You know, it's waiting on playing the weather game right now. We're in March and we can have all 4 seasons in a day here in Michigan. So, you know, I don't know, you know, my paint booth is outside, so we'll have to wait for a good day to spray also. But anyway, that is it for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I just keep yapping and rambling on here. So if you like the video, definitely hit the like button. If you like my channel, that 348 engine icon that pops up will subscribe you. And thank you for watching my video.